Welcome back. This is Talk to Live, early morning unlimited inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun. We are happy to see God's provision in life, your responsibility in life, and what you need to do to push forward and get what you need. 2 days ago, I started sharing on the subject of the spirit or spirit. It's not the spirit. It's not Holy Spirit is the spirit, but human spirit is a spirit or spirit. So why am I talking on the subject of spirit? For anything that you find, you see, that you come across in life, there is a spirit to it. Shortly before this program, I was before then I was coming out of prayer, listening to Bishop Oyedepo, of course. Before then, my wife and I we are watching a kind of short clip on how Apple's logo was designed, and the kind of logo that they used before was so terrible that somebody said, "Hey, no, this cannot be." So the Apple's logo was changed, but because somebody fought it. He said, no, this logo cannot work. So behind everything that works in life, there is a spirit behind it. What makes Apple work is the spirit of Steve Jobs. What makes Microsoft work is the spirit of Bill Gates. What makes Amazon work is the spirit of Jeff Bezos. What makes Facebook work is the spirit of Mark Zuckerberg. Now, you have to understand this thing. There is nothing you can do about it. So why your name is not being mentioned on Fox richest of billionaire in the world is because you have not possessed the spirit that make life work, that puts you on the platform of greatness. So the purpose of spirit, which I said, I'm going to pass this to people that work for me, that help me to turn my word into video very soon. I call it the 10th spirit that rules this world. So 2 days ago, I've shared with you 5 spirits. I shared with you the deciding spirit of Queen Esther. I shared briefly with you the fearlessness spirit of Moses. I shared with you the determining spirit of Jesus Christ. I shared with you the following spirit, to be a follower, the following spirit of Ruth. And lastly, 2 days ago, I shared with you the waiting spirit of the apostle. So today, I'll be sharing with you 5 more spirits that I believe if you possess those spirits, you will rule your world. So I want you to do something for me right now. If that's the only thing you can do for me, that is the only thing I will really appreciate. In life, people don't know how some people are successful, what some are not. Why? If one person produces a product and he multiplies the product, that's why God said, be fruitful and multiply. Right? When you multiply, your product has to get to the end of the user, people who want to use it. That is when you'll be appreciated. So this is my product. I'm being produced to be fruitful by coming up with this program every day. So I've multiplied it in coming on Facebook, coming on YouTube. I want you to please help me to get into the hand of people who need it. You got it already, but I want you to please help me to pass it to somebody. Let somebody pass to somebody. And I want us to grow. I want us to grow together. So by the end of this month, I'm going to tell you more secret about what we're going to do. Today, like I said, is the June 18th, year 2020. This is the 18th day that I've been coming up with different messages that blesses the soul of man. So I want you to take a pause right now. We're going to go on a short break. If you're on Facebook, just share with people. You can share on Messenger, share in their profile. You can share on pages that you belong to, on groups that you belong to. If you're on YouTube, please don't hesitate. Please help me to share it on all platforms. Share it on WhatsApp. Let somebody be blessed. Tell them that a word that changes people's life is coming every morning and you don't want them to miss it. If you don't know, I live in America. I'm supposed to be sleeping right now, but I take time up to be a blessing to you. This is 12 minutes to 1 a.m. in Central Time where I live in America. But I want you to know that you can help me as I'm helping you, and we can be great together. Talk to Life, please help us to do this, and we'll be back in a minute to give you 5 more spirits that rules this world. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Talk to Live, early morning unlimited inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun. Here, very clear, very obvious, very clear. There is nothing hidden about it. It's not digital. I help you to see that you can do nothing without God. But regardless of what God has done, you have to take responsibility and your desire. It's not everything that you deserve that you desire. The difference between desire and deserve is that you like something that is desire, but when you pay the price for it, that's when you deserve it. So no matter what God has provided for you, if you don't take step towards it, it will never be your portion. And that's part of the last thing I'll be sharing with you today. So the sixth spirit that I need to share with you today is what I call the diligence spirit of Niemeyer. It's no more news to you that Niemeyer happened to be a cupbearer in a foreign land, and the news got to him that the word of Judah has been falling off. So many things is happening. This guy broke down and he was crying. He prayed. God gave him an idea. The king supported him and they let him go and build the wall. When he got to his country, he called a lot of people to help. But there are two people, Sanballat and Tobiah. And that's bringing about my first point today. No matter what you have set to do in life, there are some people, I call them intruders. There are some people, I call them with, that they will never support good things. Rather, they will be looking for a way to bring you down. These are the people you will pay to work for you, and they will never get the job done. These are the people that the devil has used them as a tool to frustrate your plan and purpose. Let me tell you something. When you face with people like that, know that they are not a stoppage. They are just a passage. All you need to do is to try some more. Nehemiah refused to succumb to the invitation of Sanballat and Tobiah. This guy was busy. If you ever have the time, if that you are a Muslim, I don't know what you believe, but it takes time up to read the book of Nehemiah. Very great chapter, a book that everybody needs to read. In 52 days, the wall of a country was completed. This guy said, they will never go and take their shower except for, they will not wash their clothes except for washing. He said half of them were busy building, half were busy taking a weapon to fight the enemy. Another thing, when you are ready to take your word, you have to be ready to fight. If you are not ready to fight, there are forces out there that are ready to eat you raw and eat you whole. So putting everything together, it is called the diligent spirit of Nehemiah. Nehemiah just one goal. What is his goal? His goal is to build the wall. So this morning I need to ask you this simple question. If God should give you an opportunity today, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? Some people, a pastor unfortunately just lost his wife. His name is Pastor Itua Igudalo. If anybody knows this pastor in Nigeria, he's a very, very popular pastor. Unfortunately, I pray that the wife is going to have peace with God and God will give him a place in heaven. Pastor Itua Igudalo shared a testimony, and I'm briefly going to share it. When he first started pastoring in Redeemed Church, before he started his own, a man came to him in the office. He actually came to his secretary, and he said, "Hey, where is the pastor?" The secretary responded, "How can I help you, sir?" He said, "No, where is the pastor?" He said, "How can I help you?" He said, "Where is the pastor?" He said, "The pastor in his office." He said, "Tell the pastor I'm here to kill myself." And the secretary asked, he said, "Why?" He said, "No, go and talk to the pastor that I'm ready to kill myself." So the secretary quickly rushed in and called Pastor Itua. When he called Pastor Itua stepped out. He said, "How can I help you, sir?" I said, "Sir, I want to kill myself." He said, "Why?" He said, "What I just want to do is to kill myself." Asking him why, he said he needed money. Now, if he doesn't get that money, he's going to kill himself. Pastor Itua said, how much do you need? He said, "Don't worry about it. I just need money." Having pressed him, and he refused to give the exact figure of amount he needed. It was in Naira. The guy said, "No, I just need money." So Pastor Itua quickly beckoned on his secretary and he said, "How much do you have in physical cash right now?" The secretary said, "We have 100,000 right now." in cash at hand. He said, how much do we have in bank? He said, we have 150. He said, when you put the two together, we can give him 250,000 naira. So Pastor Isua sat down and he said, if this man asks for 1 million naira, because the way he's sounding need a lot of money, I'm going to give him a check of 250 and tell him to come back, that we're going to tell the church to raise money for him. And if he asks for 500,000, I'm going to tell him the same thing. If he asks for 250,000, I'm going to give him all the money. And if he asks, I know he can't ask less than that because he has a big need. So Pastor Itua called him to the office and said, what do you need? By the time this man responded, this is how much he said he needed. He said he needed 40,000 naira. Can you think about it? A man that 1 million naira has been provided for, 500,000 naira have been provided for him, 250,000 have been provided for him. This guy needs was only for 40,000 naira. I'll be right back. I want you to think about it. If you're just joining us, this is Talk to Life, Early Morning Unlimited Inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun. Yet, I help you to see God's side of life, your responsibility in life, and your desire to get whatever God has given to you. I started on this powerful teaching, I call it the Spirit. I talked about 5 spirits 2 days ago. Yesterday, I talked about cause, but I moved forward to complete this Spirit. I call this Spirit 2. It's not a spirit to be fearful. It's not the Holy Spirit. It's a human spirit. What are the spirits that people has possessed that make them to produce result? And I've given you 5 spirits. And if you are new to this program, you can go back my teaching on Facebook or YouTube. The teaching I had 2 days ago, you're going to see right there. Today, I started on the 6th spirit. I call it the spirit. I call it the diligent spirit of Niemeyer. Niemeyer knows exactly what you want. Going back to the story I shared with you, do you know that this man was only giving 40,000? And a provision of 250,000 has been made for him. You will never know the harm that you are doing for yourself if you don't know exactly that you want. So what do you want? I want to build a big mansion, free housing for young Christian couple in Nigeria, in United States. I want to have my own radio Christian station. I want to have my own Christian TV station. I know some of you are laughing. How do you want to get it? It's not about you. When I was struggling in Nigeria, nobody knows. I just keep saying the same thing about what I want. And the Lord brought me to United States. Apart from that, I said, God, give me United States citizen without stress. I got my US citizen under 1 year, 365 days. Let me tell you something. Nothing is impossible if you can verbalize it. Because what you cannot verbalize, God cannot confirm. I said it in the prayer I prayed today that without proclamation, there is no confirmation. Going back to the spirit of Nehemiah, Nehemiah completed the wall in 52 days. I'm telling you, you will never know what is available to you until you started calling people and you are diligent about what exactly that you want. You make it work. You push to it. Don't worry who doesn't support you or who supports you. If it is God's vision, God will make provision. Either in money, spiritual, people, places. God is the God of unlimited. I call him God of infinity. I call him God that has a beginning. Nobody knows his beginning. Nobody will ever know his end. That moves us straight to the 7th spirit. I call it the boldness spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys. No matter what you have said to get in life, I don't care where you are. You might be working in CBN, Nigeria. You might be working in Washington, D.C., in White House. You might still be behind the camera if you don't have this spirit. I call the spirit of boldness. The 3 Hebrew boys, they are called Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego possess it. This spirit will make you to know what God has in plan for you and will never allow somebody to bring you down. This spirit will make you to step down out of the boat and leave other people in the boat while you walk on water to meet Jesus, because Jesus, I speak to you to come. This spirit will make you to dare the undurable, think the unthinkable, and take action that others won't take. This spirit will make you to leave a job because you want to build a business. This spirit will make you to go outside your shore and be speaking about things that others have not seen. When, as a believer, I don't know, I'm a pastor, and I reference Bible a lot because that is what I understand. So what I'm talking about this morning, you might be hearing a lot of Bible. I want you to please let it slide. What am I talking about today is that until you possess the bold spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys, you will never smell what belongs to you. You know these guys, they said no to a president of a nation right in front of a national TV. I can picture in Babylon that there is a Fox News, that there is CNN that came that day to capture everybody bowing down to the graven image of the king. But these 3 Hebrew boys said, no, let me tell you something. If you don't know what you stand for, you will fall for everything. If you don't know that $1 million is your portion, when you see $1,000, you will think that is the best. If you don't know that the latest Ferrari is your portion, you will settle for Camry. Let me tell you something. If you don't know that you are meant to have houses around the world, you will think a small house that you built for 5 million naira, you think that is the best. I never knew in my life that I can give a seed of $5,000. Many times I did it. If somebody tells me I'm going to write a check of 1 million naira to give, to sow as a seed, I will say no. I just say, God, you can do it. And I start calling those things that are not as though they were. Let me tell you something. I want you to possess bold spirit today. To step out into that car garage and ask them for the car of 4 million, and you know you don't have 400,000 in your account. It doesn't matter what you have. It matters that you take the bold step and you walk on water. 2 people walk on water. Jesus and Peter. Think about it. That Peter is so comfortable with other people on the boat. It will never be written of him. The 3 Hebrew boys said, no, we are not going to bow. And you know what happened? If you don't bow, you can never burn. The king was so furious. He told them to multiply the power of the fire 7 times. For you to know that the fire was so powerful, the people that threw them into the fire got burned and died. Anyone that have the capacity to be bold for Jesus, for God, and for whatsoever you believe in, I want to tell you something, that Jesus Christ is waiting for you in the fire. Think about it. When they came out of that fire, the king bowed to them and everybody. Some of you right now, you have settled for little things, not just because you want to pay house rent, of which God wants to give you a business idea. Go and check the history of the man that designed WhatsApp. This guy was rejected by Yahoo. He was rejected by Google. He was rejected by Facebook. He went back to go and develop something. After many years, the same businesses that this guy, they said no to him, came back to beg him. He finally said yes to one. And they sold WhatsApp to Facebook for $19 billion. Think about it. Talk to life. I'll be right back. Welcome back. We spent a lot of time. This is Talk to Life, Early Morning Unlimited Inspiration with Niemeyer. I started on part 2 of Spirit today. I've talked about the diligent spirit of Nehemiah. I've talked about the boldness spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys. Now I want to move forward to the confident spirit of Daniel. Let me tell you something that is too hard for people to hear. God told me something. He said, go and teach my people the secret things of God. My secret things. God was telling to me. He said, so they can reign as a king and queen. So for you to reign, you must be trained. So my word is an harsh word. They are not soft word. I'm not saying you should comprehend it. I just said you should listen to it. So when you listen to it, you can take it back and go and do whatever you want to. I want to tell you something. Listen to this. Everything that the people say you cannot do, that is what you are designed to do. That is it. Think about it. The places that people say you cannot go, that is the place that God has designed you to go. The thing that people say you cannot achieve, these are the things God has designed for you. Let me tell you something. Restriction is a function of what you are designed to do that people want to stop you to achieve. When devil knew that you're going to be a business mogul, bringing peace to Nigeria, settle things, do something, go past the richest man in Africa. So the devil will make you to lack money, that you will not believe in yourself. It will make helpers of destiny to go far away from you. But the secret I have discovered in my life, if people who are supposed to help you are running away from you, you run towards them. And you know what happens? When you run enough, they will be tired and you catch up with them. And that thing that is the hand that belongs to you, they will give it to you. Because life does not reward. You know, if you have ever, there's a latest, my video that I did, I call it Life is Not Fair. Please, after this program, I want you to please go and listen to it. There, I let you to know that life can never be fair, but life rewards. If you do what you need to do, life will do more than what you can do. That is somebody. A word for somebody. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that in life you need confidence. Without confidence, you will never get the best of Welcome back. This is Talk to Life, early morning unlimited inspiration with Niemeyer. Here, I help you to see God's side of life, your responsibility in life, and your desire to move forward to get whatever you want. Today is the 18th day of the month of June, year 2020, and I'm on the subject of spirit, part 2. I've shared with you 5 spirits before. Today, I've shared with you 3 more. So I'll be rounding up with 2 now. But before then, let me recap what I've said earlier today. I've shared with you the diligent spirit of Nehemiah, the boldness spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys. I've shared with you the confident spirit of Daniel, spirit of Samuel, of Peter, and of Paul. I want to share something secretive with you today. If you like, you can learn from it. If you like, you can wave it off. If you talk more than you hear, you will never be great. If you use your mouth more than you use your ear, you will never be great. When God created Adam, He gave him a responsibility. Adam was the one that passed the responsibility to Eve. So unfortunately, Eve violated God's responsibility that was given to Adam. When God came, we all know the story. He said, the woman that you gave me. So God asked Adam, because that was the person that was given responsibility. Adam took the responsibility and passed it to the woman. The woman said it was a serpent. The serpent did not say anything. That was why the devil became the god of this world. Anyone that can stomach pain, that can accept responsibility, that person is the real leader. So the devil did not pass the responsibility to anybody. He took it. He said, yes, I did it. So he became the god of this world. The same trick was about to be used on Jesus. After Jesus Christ was captured, Pilate asked him, he said, are you the king of the Jews? The Bible said, Isaiah said, he opened not his mouth. He was led like a sheep to the slaughter. Do you know why? Anytime you give excuses, they have deleted your name from the list of greatness. I will say that again. If you give reason why things are not working, you will never be given more responsibility. I have a lot of affliction with the military here. They gave you a mission and they gave you men. They said, go get it done. I want you to think about it. Jesus did not say anything. These are the reason, or one of the reasons why Jesus Christ still became the King of Kings right now. Because he took that responsibility from the devil because he kept his mouth quiet. You will never be great until you understand the pain of leaders. The burden that they carry that they can't share. This is where I put it. I said, never envy successful people. Rather, ask them of the unshared pain. Ask them that you want to know about the unseen tears and undiscussed trouble. I pastor in a couple of churches, and sometimes the money that I want to give to my wife to cook for me, that is the money that some people need in church. And I come back home, fly down back home. My wife said, where is the money? I said, I don't have. When I was doing my Master of Divinity, I flew from Tulsa to Texas for 2 years. Every weekend. I was so tired, but there is nobody to talk to. I can't hold back. I cannot give up. I pushed. I pushed. I pushed. I pushed. I pushed. I pushed until God said it is time for you to leave. If what I'm saying right now, I'm going to share a little bit of my story. If you ever have time right now, you're online, just go to Winners Chapel, Los Angeles, in California, and ask anybody. It might be some new people because I left in 2015. He said, do you know Brother Rotimi? Winner Chapel, Tulsa. ask for this little boy. Winners Chapel, Oklahoma City, ask for this little boy. Winners Chapel, Houston, ask for this little boy. Winners Chapel, San Antonio, ask for this little boy. For you to be impactful, you have to be ready to take responsibility. Samuel was being diligent and be working day and night. One day, the leaders of Israel just told him, he said, Samuel, give us a king. We are tired of your responsibility. Look at the pain in his eyes. You know, some people, I think TDJs do a lot of demonstration to something like that. People read Bible, they don't know the pains of the person. You can picture the day they studied that in, it started vibrating. Because normally a son's supposed to be the person that will take ownership when he's about to transition. But the leader said, no, your son are not being good. We need a king. That means his lineage was cut off. In his pain, he started praying in 1 Samuel chapter 18. Chapter 8, sorry. And Saul was introduced in chapter 9. The pain of a leader. That is not enough. God compelled Peter to go to the house of Cornelius and go and preach there. God appeared. He gave him a trance, a vision. This guy was arguing with God. God compelled him. When this guy left to go and minister in the house of Cornelius, when he came back, the leaders of the early church started questioning him. The question is, who are you to blame? He said, no, Jewish don't eat with Gentiles. We can't do it. It's a taboo. But he told them, God told me. He said, which God? That's another thing that you need to know. Anytime you set out to do what God has told you, or what God has commanded you, or what God is commanding you, there will be opposition. And you know what happened? The opposition are not outside there. There are people inside. Your wife will question you. Your parents will say, what are you doing? Your children will be confused because they are respectful. They can't ask you. Where is the money, Daddy? We need it. We need it. It's a time that you keep quiet and you allow God to give you evidence of what he has told you to do. The pain in front of Samuel. The pain that goes through the heart of Peter. Having came back, eating with the unbelievers. You would think that's not enough until Paul showed up. He was beaten. He was jailed. Just for the sake of gospel. Yet believers, Christians, they confronted him. They hated him. They said, no, he's not a believer. They fought him. These are the pain of leader. You cannot be great without somebody fighting you. Imagine that the person that is in charge of Jesus Christ's money was the person that sold him for money. Think about it 1 minute, please. This guy was the one in charge of money. Then there is nothing like auditor. Whatever he said, Jesus, this is what we make today. We spend it, balance carry down. Jesus Christ said, okay, Philip, check it. Everything is good. These guys, I'm talking about Judas Iscariot, sold Jesus for money. How do you think Jesus Christ will be feeling? He has been with him for 3 years. Yet, he sold him. Let me tell you something. There are pains that I can't share right now. But you know what happened? This is how Mike Moder said it. He said, you either have the pain of success or you have the pain of regret. You have to choose one. I want this thing to sink into your body, your soul, your mind. Let me give you a minute to think about it. Talk to life. I'll be right back to share the last spirit as we round up today. Welcome back. This is Talk to Life. Early morning unlimited inspiration with Rotimi Adedokun, the secret man here. I help you to see God provision to life, your responsibility in life, and your desire to move forward. This is Rotimi Adedokun. This is me talking. All these words are never copied from anywhere. They are direct inspiration from God. That's why I call it early morning unlimited inspiration. If you don't know, I live in the United States, not in Nigeria. I never live in Europe. I live in America, not America, United States. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, if you want to know. This is 21 minutes after 1 a.m. And I'm sharing with you from my mind right now. One thing I just ask of you is that please pray that God should give you all the Spirit, because without it, you cannot get the best of life. If you are just joining us, this is the part 2 of the Spirit, the 18th day of the month of June 2020. I've shared with you this morning the diligence spirit of Nehemiah, the boldness spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I've shared with you the confident spirit of Daniel. I shared with you the leadership burden spirit of Samuel, of Peter, and of Paul. So let me round up with this. In case you don't know Nehemiah. Okay, let me start from the beginning. In case you don't know Queen Esther, the deciding spirit of Esther, you've never met Esther. In case you don't know Moses, but you've read about the Red Sea, it doesn't matter. In case you don't believe in Jesus, in case you don't know what Ruth did that makes her to make the genealogy of Jesus Christ, in case you don't understand what the apostle got when they were waiting in upper room that makes 3,000 to be added when Peter spoke after the incident of 50 days at upper room. In case you don't understand the diligent spirit of Nehemiah, in case you don't care about the bold spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys, in case you don't know the confident spirit of Daniel, in case you don't want to subscribe into the leadership burden spirit of Samuel, of Peter, of Paul, and of Jesus Christ, let me share with you about just one man that if you are living in this world right now, that you will know about. I call it the daring spirit of Bishop David Olaniyi Oyedepo. An architect that was on a mission to go and see his friend, and he met their absent, and God called him. In an 18 hours vision, God gave him an assignment to go and preach the word of faith by liberating the world. 18 hours. He got it. He started a small fellowship in his town in Kwara State. And God gave him an instruction. Hey, arise, get down to Kaduna, a land of persecution. He started. They asked him, Brother David, what are you here to do? He said, I'm here to take over the land. God helped him. He took over Kaduna. The church became the church in Kaduna. They asked him again, hey, what is your mission in Kaduna? He said to take over all the northern part. Before we know it, Winners Chapel International spread across the northern part in Nigeria. They asked him, mission in the north. He said, I don't have a mission in the north, I have a mission in Nigeria. Before you know it, Winners became the church in Nigeria. And God instructed him, hey, arise, get down to Lagos and raise me up people. He got down to Lagos. From Lagos, he imparted on the entire Africa. And God instructed him, hey, move down to Water. When he got to Water, this is the place. And now Water became the congregation of a winner. Everybody, you're speaking to me right now, you must have heard of Bishop David Oyedepo. Every of his steps is a daring spirit. Daring spirit. I want to ask you a simple question. Why is that Pastor David Jr. did not start from a smaller church to pastor Winners? Why not a church of 50 people, 30 people, 10 people? He started his career in Winners Chapel as a pastor. He was the one in charge of the entire Europe, Winners Europe. He was in England then for years. That was the first assignment that he got. The second son of Bishop Oyedepo was Pastor Isaac. He's in charge of Maryland Church now. When he started his career, he started in Winner Chapel, New York. He was called back to Africa. He was in Winner Chapel, South Africa. After then, he was called back from South Africa to Abuja. Everybody knows what he's doing. It's another line on its own. And now he's the one in charge of Winner Chapel, Maryland. Why is that these two sons of Oyedepo will never start in a smaller place? When Bishop started, it was 3.5 members. What makes them not to start as a 3.5 member? I want to tell you one secret. The things that you don't do today, you have given it to your children to do it. The fight that you don't fight today, your children will fight tomorrow. I want you to dare to be different. Try something that your parents have never attempted. Move in a direction that other people don't want to go. There's something. If you don't possess a daring spirit, you will soon end as a dreadful. Nothing will be assigned to you. When Bishop, was a time for Bishop to move to altar. He came at night by himself and started blasting tongue in the bush. And the place became a city now. Do you think you will ever amount to anything living the life that you are living right now? You are just comfortable paying house rent and you think that is life. They have given you 100,000 as paycheck. You think that's money. The first thing I want you to do today is to change your friend. Delete some number. Go on Facebook. Delete some people. These are the first thing that I did when I gave my life to Christ in 2008. I wanted to shrink yourself so God can develop, you can develop capacity to go. Because if you want to fly, you have to go light. I flew from June 2016 to May 2018. And I flew every weekend from Tulsa to San Antonio to go and pastor Winner Church there. And anytime we are about to leave the airport, they will count the number of people in the aircraft. That will determine the number, the gauge of gas that they have to put in that aircraft. And I was asking, and one of the attendants told me this. He said, the weight of a plane will determine the fuel that they will put in it. Ah! If you want to go high, you have to go light. I'm trying to say all these things to you right now. Is that you have to dare something. Start that business. Start it part-time. Let it fail. It doesn't matter. Try it. Make sure you try it. One of the things you're going to regret in life is not what you tried that failed. It's what you failed to try. I'll be right back as we round up for today. Remember to talk to life. Thank you today for staying. I know it's a long teaching. I really have to do this. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be of support to you, to help you to see what are the things you can do and the things that you don't want to put your energy on. The 10 spirits, if you can possess them, I promise you, you're going to be best at it. I'm going to turn into a video. Some people are working on it, and I will let you know once the video is out. But I'm going to call them right now from behind, from the list, to the first one. I call it the daring spirit of Oyedepo, number 10. Number 9, the leadership burden spirit of Samuel, Peter, Paul, and Jesus Christ. Number 8, I call it the confidence spirit of Daniel. Number 7, I call it the bold spirit of the 3 Hebrew boys. Number 6, I call it the diligent spirit of Niemeyer. Number 5, I call it the waiting spirit of the apostle. Number 4, I call it the following spirit of Ruth. Number 3, I call it the determining spirit of Jesus Christ. Number 2, I call it the fearlessness of Moses. And number 1, I call it the deciding spirit of Queen Esther. Thank you, and let me round up with this. One of my mentors, his name is called Pastor Niemeyer. You can search him. He's a powerful man of God. He has taught me a lot of stuff. He was teaching on the subject. He called it Intelligence Shortcut, ISC. And I'm the kind of person, I don't believe in shortcut because I believe shortcut will cut people short. There is a law called the law of 10, 10, 110, and 100. That whatsoever you don't do right in the first time, by the time you want to do it right again, it will cost you 10% more. By the time you don't get it right the second time, if you want to try the third time, it's going to cost you 100% more. If I'm lying, you can Google this rule, this law. It's on the internet. It's not my law. So I said I don't like shortcut. So then I started listening to him about that subject of ISC, intelligence shortcut. And I realized what he said. He never said go for shortcut. He said go for intelligent shortcut. What is intelligent shortcut? Intelligent shortcut simply means locate people who has achieved what you want to achieve. Pattern your life after them, and you will quickly get what you want. You will quickly, duplicate what you see. So all this spirit that I've showed into you, don't you know you should start praying about it right now and start taking steps towards it. I appreciate your attention, your capacity, your peace to stay to the end. I want you to know, if you don't talk to yourself, the world will disrespect you. King never got punished. He never administered punishment to king. It's a king that administered punishment to people. I want you to change your life, change your word, take ownership of your life. And that cannot be done sitting around. You have to possess the spirit of lion, of champion, if you want to be one. Once again, this is Talk to Life, early morning unlimited inspiration with Niemeyer. Here I help you to see God's side of life, your responsibility in life, and what you need to do to move forward in life. I will be back here tomorrow, immediately after coming out of prayer, to share with you another powerful message. You don't want to miss it. So help me right now before you end up. Just click share and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. I have my personal page. That's where we're going to move this program to very soon. It is called I Am Rotimi Ade. You will see it. It's my page. I want you to please follow me on that page. You will see so many videos I've done. And one more thing I want you to do for me. There is a video that I just released. 2 videos that I just released. I call it seven secret that I learned from my mother. 7 lessons that I learned from mother. You want to watch that video. I promise you. You want to watch it. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. You want to watch it. Watch it and send me back your feedback, please. I really want to read what you think about it. And the recent one that I did is what I call life is not fair. And is it true that life is not fair, or it's you that's not doing what you're supposed to do? Please watch all this video and get back to me. Know that I love you. And remember this, if you forget everything that I've told you, you are designed for your royalty. You are designed for royalty, and you cannot afford to settle for less. Once again, thank you. I'll see you same time tomorrow. And if you like prayer, join me by 12 noon Central Time in United States. I use Central Time because that's where I live. 12 noon, I pray from 12 to 1. And in the evening, Central Time, it's going to be from 6 to 7. You need prayer. You need prayer, especially for this prayer that I just shared with you. You need prayer. I see you same time tomorrow. Be blessed.